Thank you very much for joining us today. You can like, subscribe, share, or visit our YouTube channel to get more information about what we do as far as international trade is concerned. Let's differentiate between raw cashew nut and cashew kernel. Raw cashew nut is the cashew nut in shell. That's what you see on the tree under the fruit. When you remove the fruit, what you have under is the cashew nut. It's called RCN, raw cashew nut. When you remove the shell, then you get the kernel. And in the course of processing, there are different options you get to see. The whole white, the scotch whole, the large white pieces, the small white pieces, the scotch pieces, the split, the butt, and the baby bit. Let's start. Cashew kernel usually refers to the edible seed or core of a nut, or kernel rather, or grain. In the context of cashew, there will be cashew kernel, the edible part of the nut, and it's the kidney-shaped seed found inside the hard shell. Cashew kernel is what commonly consumed as cashew nut. It has a creamy texture, a mild buttery flavor. Cashew kernel are versatile in use, and they are used in various culinary dishes, snack, and confectionery. And that probably explains the reason why the demand is in billions of dollars. They are also valued for nutritional content, including protein, healthy fat, vitamin, and even mineral. In the process of removing cashew kernel from the cashew nut, cashew shell liquid is obtained. Cashew shell liquid is removed during shelling and it's a valuable byproduct. It can be processed into various industrial applications such as resin, lubricant, and even fungicide. However, due to the caustic nature, special handling and processing are required. So what are the specifications of a typical cashew kernel? Number one, you have moisture, ideal rate 5 to 7%. Higher moisture level promote mold growth, spoilage, while lower moisture can lead to brittleness, breaking easily. By now you are used to this mold thing, vis-a-vis moisture. Whole and broken. Whole kernel fetch high prices, while broken ones are still valuable, but for certain applications. Cashew are typically graded by count per pound. E.g., W240 means 240 kernel per pound. 240 kernel per pound. Larger sizes command higher prices. Larger prices will mean lower than 240. Color. Whiter kernel are preferred, but variations like ivory and pale yellow are acceptable, depending on processing method and the specific market. Defect. Discoloration, insect damage, crack, mold significantly impact quality and price. Cashew processing involves transforming the cashew nut fruit, which contains a cashew nut encased in a hard shell with a caustic liquid, into an edible nut kernel. It starts with sun drying. After harvest, the cashew nut apple, the fleshy part is separated from the nut. The nut is then spread out to sun dry. For those exporting raw cashew nut, the moisture is expected to be around 8 to 10%. Shelling. It's a critical and potentially hazardous step due to the caustic cashew nut shell liquid. Traditionally, skilled health workers use knives and hammer to crack open the shell, releasing the nut encased in a thin inner skin. Of course, today we have a lot of different machines actually that help to remove this shell easily. Modern processing facilities may utilize mechanical shelling techniques to automate this process. However, significant safety precautions are necessary because of the cashew shell liquid. Then peeling. After shelling, the nut has a thin brown skin called the tester that needs to be removed. This can be done through roasting or through steam treatment. Separation. Once the tester is loosened, the cashew are passed through machines and by hand to separate tester from the kernel. Grading and sorting. Cashew kernel are then sorted and graded on various factors like the size, color, wholeness, broken, whole. The grading process determines the commercial value of the cashew nut. That's why it has to be done in such a way that the broken are not as much. Quality control. Kernel undergo quality check to ensure they meet food safety standards. Packaging. Finally graded cashew nuts are packaged and stored for distribution. So we have the whole cashew kernel. This is intact, unbroken. This is the intact format and unbroken. Then we have the split. Those are the ones that split into two. The unbroken is used in snacking, culinary application, and package and sold like that. The split are used as topping in baked food, confectionery and snacks. Then the broken cashew kernel and the pieces of the cashew nut that have been broken during processing. They are sorted. The broken kernel are used in wide variety of products: chocolate, snack, trail mixes, and ingredients in cooking and baking. The stored cashew kernel have a darker color due to exposure to high temperature during processing, and they are often used in culinary application where a slightly roasted flavor of course is desired, as in Asian cuisine. White kernel, characterized by their pale ivory yellow uniform appearance. They are often preferred for their aesthetic appeal and used in premium confectioneries. So when you see W, it means white. When you see S, it means scorched. You see D, it means dessert. White, considered high quality, highest quality rather. Slightly brown due to longer roasting, still good quality. Deeply discolored, have blemishes and black spots. So when you see W, 240, 320, and 450. So you see that 450 is small, 320 is medium, 240 is large. Remember, it means the number of kernel per pound. Number of kernel per pound. In terms of shape, W mean whole, S split, B bud, P pieces, BB baby bit. Baby bit, very small cashew pieces. The piece, small cashew fragment, but rounded bottom, part of a split cashew nut, the rounded bottom. And then, of course, split, the one that split into two. So, like I said, the Cashew Promotion Council of India was one that used this system to classify it. W240, SW320, DW450, and you know the S, W, S, and D indicate the color. So, a different classification, but these are the common ones. Key point to consider: light colored white cashew nuts are generally considered higher quality. Higher quality. Larger cashew nuts, fewer per pound, are more valuable. Whole cashew nuts are more expensive, and the grading code tells you the color, the size, and the shape. Understanding cashew kernel grading help you choose the best cashew for your need and budget. For example, if you are looking for a high quality cashew for snacking, you are better off with W240 or WW, that means white whole 240. If you are planning to use cashew kernel in baking, you could opt for the cashew pieces, the P, and this will be at affordable price. What are the uses before we move on to the potential? Whole split cashew kernel are popular choice for snacking due to their creamy texture and mild flavor. Cooking and baking, cashew kernel are versatile ingredients used in variety of savory and sweet dishes, stir-fry, salad, desserts, baked goods, confectioneries. Cashew kernel are commonly used in chocolate and other confectioneries. Nutritional snacks. Cashew kernel are used in trail mixes, energy bars, and other nutritional snacks due to their high protein and healthy fat content. Garnishes and topping. Split and broken cashew kernel are used as garnish and topping on salad, yogurt, ice cream, and various other dishes. So you can see in cashew kernel, you can see the oil. It can be used as biofuel, can be used as snacks, ingredient in food, powder in snacks, butter, oil, milk, cheese, yogurt, pretty much in different things. Now, let's move to potential. You know the reason why we always do potential every week. The reason is because it helps you to know which market should I target for cashew kernel. which market should I target? So that when I'm doing my advert or I'm trying to get a representative, which market have the great potential for this product? First of all, it might interest you to know that the demand for this product is about $3.41 billion. $3.41 billion. And the major importer of cashew kernel is the United States. 28%. Let's check it. United States, 970 million, 28% of the total demand. Followed by Germany, 12.6%, $429 million. Followed by the Netherlands, 8.8%, that's $298 million. Followed by China, 7.4%, that's $52 million. Followed by United Kingdom, 4.2%, that's $144 million. Followed by France, that's 3.5%, $120 million. Followed by Australia, $99 million, and that's 2.9%. Followed by Canada. Canada is 96.6%, that's $2.8 million. Spain, 91.8 million, that's 2.7% of the total market demand. Japan, 2.4%, $82 million. So who are those buying? Majority, United States. Germany. So if you are looking to sell kernel, United States, Germany, China, Netherlands, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Turkey, Spain, Israel, Japan, Poland, Italy, France. These are the top buyers. So when you are trying to promote, or you are looking for representatives, or you are looking for market, those are the markets that should be of interest to you. Why? Because those are the markets where the opportunities abound. There are a lot of people producing this in Nigeria, by the way. So many companies producing cashew kernel in Nigeria. Now, remember I always say that because sometimes some people stay away from some product because they do not know how to get it, or they can't produce it. That's how many people go for commodity. Why? Because they don't know how to produce it. But there are processors that you can work with who can help you, who you can buy from rather. So that way, what that does for you is that it makes it easier for you to just buy and sell as a merchant. Olam is one of them. Olam is one of them, of the company. I have two clients that are currently building two factories. And both of them are in Ogun State. One is on Lagos, Ibadan, one is around Shagamu. Two currently building. They are not yet done. And I have a client already processing. There is one in Kwara. I'm trying to remember the name now. But if you do a Google search, you can always get this. Packaging. Packaging is very important for this product. It's not the regular packaging. It uses vacuum packaging. So it's not the regular packaging. Packaging material. Cashew nut kernel are typically packed in food grade material that provide a barrier against moisture, light, and contaminant. By now you understand that. Common material include, look at this, vacuum sealed pouches. Very important. Polyethylene bags and metallized film bags. The primary packaging should accommodate the desired quantity of cashew nut, kernel, and facilitate sealing to maintain freshness. Then, after the primary, then we have the secondary. Secondary packaging, carton are corrugated carbon. The cartons are corrugated carbon, commonly used for secondary packaging. The carton should be sturdy enough to protect primary packaging from physical damage. It should also be well labeled. Specification, batch and lot number, weight, country. Then tertiary packaging. For bulk shipment, tertiary packaging may involve pallets and containers. Strap them together in a pallet, the cartons. Tertiary packaging includes stretch wrapping to secure carton to the pallet. It's important that quality control measures are put in place to do inspection and documentation like phytosanitary. In Nigeria, you need both NAFDAC and phyto. Because NAFDAC is processed, but it's still subject to pest That's why you need phyto. Cashew nut kernel are sensitive to temperature and humidity. Ensure that storage and transportation conditions maintain cool and dry environment. If applicable, consider ventilation in packaging to prevent condensation. Compliance and international standard. I've talked about phytosanitary regulation. So that means, and we will talk about this more under documentation. I'll talk about this more under documentation. Vacuum seal bag. The most common method for both bulk shipment and consumer packing is vacuum seal bag. Bulk, large quantity are packed in heavy-duty food-grade plastic bags that are vacuum sealed to prevent moisture, absorption, and spillage. These bags are placed in a wooden crate or carton boxes as the secondary package. For consumer pack, smaller and individualized size vacuum seal bags are placed in cartons, often with inner liner for additional protection, or pouches for smaller and single-serve portions. Jute and earthen bag, while less common, this natural fiber bag might be used for specific quantity or smaller shipment. For bulk, a 20-feet container can typically hold about 15 to 20 metric tons of cashew kernel, depending on the specific packaging used and stacking efficiency. For consumer pack, the number of cartons and pouches vary greatly, and this influences the number that can fill a 20-feet container. Remember, additional important factor, the kernel grade should be as required by the buyer. Origin and destination regulation is important, particularly phytosanitary requirement, and then moisture control. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll talk about pricing, talk about getting buyer, purchaser, we'll talk about the pitfalls, and of course, we'll talk about the paperwork.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 080920000424, 080920000424.
So we are moving on now to paperwork. This has to do with documentation. And if you were following me, you realize there's a particular document I've been mentioning, and that's the phytosanitary certificate. Why is that document important? Because it basically ensures the product is free of pests and fit for human consumption. So you have commercial invoice, which details the detail of what you're selling. You have packing list, commercial invoice talking about the pricing, packing list showing about the arrangement. In the container, bill of lading showing evidence of shipment. Then phytosanitary certificate, which is showing that the good is free of pests and diseases. The certificate of origin, often issued by a chamber of commerce, showing the origin of the goods. And then, in some cases, health certificate, certificate of analysis. Certificate of analysis actually require or lab test certificate to show the moisture content, pesticide residue, contaminants, and all those quality certifications I talked about earlier. Therefore, for Nigeria, you need to process NXP. NXP processing is one thing you need to consider if there is from Nigeria. So that's the application form for export from Nigeria. Then CAC, you need to have limited liability company, you need export license. And in the course of clearing, you get your SGD by custom and CCI from inspection agent or the shipment inspection agent, narrowly in the case of Lagos. The shipping document, bill of lading, invoice, and packing list. And for the export, certificate, even fumigator certificate, and NAFDAC actually. So let's move on to the processes. Number one is preparation. You see the session we're having right now? This is what anybody that wants to export cashew kernel must learn about. You must watch this kind of video, get this kind of online course, which is why we are doing it, and have the record available on globaltradecollect.com. so that we can provide adequate information. If you are coming to export, you will get information you need. Promotion. So you will know exactly what to do to promote and how to promote effectively when you have adequately prepared to do the promotion, to enable you get the purchase order. And of course, after you got in the purchase order and negotiate your pricing, the next thing is to do your procurement. So if you are doing cashew kernel, for example, you can get cashew kernel from Olam, like someone said earlier. After procurement, product is labeled of course. After procurement, product is labeled of course, packaged and labeled for export. Then pre-export documentation is done. I just showed you now the NXPs and the like. Pre-export documentation is done. Then port clearance. Port clearance at the port of origin. We render this service for our clients. We can render it for you if you need to clear your good for export. Then post-export documentation. I already showed you post-export documentation, the document you send to the buyer. This depends on the agreement that you sign with the buyer. We should have clearly articulated all that you need to provide for the buyer to be able to clear the goods. Then port-to-port shipment is done. Presentation of document is done. Port clearance is done at destination. And then payment is effected. Purchaser. Now, how do I get buyers? You need to learn about protocol to finding buyers. And that has been documented in the Export Act and in Eureka Pack. Now, it's documented in Export Act and Eureka Pack for you to be able to learn about it and be able to utilize it. There are different options you can explore, but you need to understand the protocol to follow, please. You know the challenge is this. Some people will tell me, someone recently was saying, I tried to find buyer. Look, don't go and look for buyer if you don't understand the protocol to finding buyers. For example, database company is a good option. So you get the database, you reach out, they didn't respond to you. By reaching out, because you have a database, if you getting the contact number of a buyer does not mean you get an export contract, because you are not following the protocols, and those have been documented in the Export Act. If you want to use social media, either Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, that allow you targeted advertisement, you still need to ensure you follow the right protocol so that you appear credible, and then it becomes easier for you to get the response you are looking for. B2B trade portals. B2B trade portals is another very viable option, although it can be product specific and country or region specific, but it's a good source of getting these contact details. International trade fairs is a good option, but it should go along with you leaving that place with a partner, either as an overseas sales rep, overseas subsidiary company, or overseas sales branch. What is the function of all these people? That is why you need Eureka Pack. Eureka Pack shows you how to get prepared to find buyer abroad. It shows you how to get the online tool to deploy in getting buyers abroad. It shows you how to get the list of market with demand for your product. It shows you how to get the list of importers in that market. It shows you how to get the contact detail of importers in that market. Eureka Pack shows you how to get the export contract from the export contact details and how to negotiate a favorable terms. Let's talk about pricing. How do you arrive at a profitable pricing? How do you ensure you factor in all the pricing options? How do you ensure that you don't leave any cost out that can affect your profitability? Now, product costs. That determine, the price is determined by the product. So don't forget about that. Transport to the warehouse. If you are doing this product, so let's talk about cashew kernel. Cashew kernel, you won't need transport to the warehouse. You can take container to the warehouse, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, where you are buying from, or you put it in a truck, move it straight to the terminal. Now, every kind of inspection should be done at the warehouse of the producer. Then the freight forwarding fee about 200 to 250K. Freight shipping line local charges about 10 to 40K. The freight charge, that's the transport destination, depending on the shipping line and destination. The NSP charge about 8K, 8,000 per NSP. Next fee, that's 0.5% of the FOB value. Then container stuffing and logistics about 130 to 150 per container. If you are moving it to terminal and you are loading at the terminal, you pay terminal handling charge. If you are using a warehouse and the container went to the warehouse, you don't need to go to the terminal again to go and load there unless you are following the protocol to queue up for entering the port, not to load there again. Inspection fee, about 100 to 150K. Marine insurance about 0.4 to 0.8% of the invoice value. Terminal handling charge 100K to 120K per container. Certificate of origin 26,000 per shipment. If it's more than 50,000, it will be higher than that. Fumigation certificate 30,000 to 40,000 per container. That's from Federal Produce, $3 to $5 per metric ton. Phytosanitary certificate 25 to 35,000 per container. And then NAFDAC determined by the government agency. And then interest rates, they are taking a loan. Please factor in all these costs. Some additional points include number one, don't be too optimistic in your estimation. Use the official rate. The rates are very close now. I typically want to come down 20-30 naira from the official rate. Use exchange rate that is slightly below the official rate in your estimation. Note that freight charge is paid in FX. So therefore, when you are estimating that one, use the parallel market because you are going to have to buy the dollar to pay or the euros to pay. Always ensure that the item of export are insured. It is not common that container fall into the sea, but it does happen. So please insure. Agro commodity require warehousing costs because of the services to be rendered by Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service and Federal Produce Inspection. NAFDAC certificate fee is only required for processed food item for export without NAFDAC number. The pitfalls. So, what are the pitfalls to avoid? Remember, first of all, that there are different quality specifications and even the sizes. The buyer will indicate the size of the product it wants. So the question is, what is the size of the product the buyer wants? What is the moisture? And sometimes the buyer does not mind different options. They will just put price there. So they will tell you if it's W320, W180, W450, W240. They are going to tell you the price of each of those ones. Then if you are selling the split, they will give you a price for it. If you are selling bulk, they'll put a price for it. Per kg, they'll give a price. Baby beef, they'll put a price. So on the contract, you can see all that. So when you are now shipping, you will have done your packing list and you know the quantity of each, multiply the quantity of it by the unit price based on the contract to arrive at your final price. So the quality specification is extremely important. Whole and broken. They will indicate in the contract. The size and grade will indicate in the contract. The color will indicate in the contract. Ensure you follow that very well. Quality issues in cashew kernel export can significantly impact the reputation of suppliers and may result in financial losses. Number one is mold contamination. Mold contamination can occur due to improper drying. Remember, I went back to the specification to remind you of the specification that ensure this product is in peak condition to the destination market. So, implement proper drying because this mold can occur due to improper drying and storage, lead to discoloration and musty odor of the cashew nut or cashew kernel. Implement proper drying process, ensure adequate ventilation during storage, conduct regular check on quality, maintain optimal humidity. Insect infestation, this is why you need quarantine. Insect can damage the nut kernel, affecting their appearance, taste, and safety. Implement effective pest control. That's where fumigation comes in, eliminating insects. Now, please, fumigation is not the regular fumigation. There is a way the federal produce does it. So you need to engage the professional to do it, not the fumigation for house. So, off-flavor odor. Exposure to strong odor and storage in inappropriate condition can result in off-flavor and odor in the cashew nut kernel. Store cashew nut away from strong-smelling substance. Use appropriate packaging material that prevent absorption of external odors. Rancidity. Rancidity occurs when cashew nuts are exposed to air, light, or high temperature for extended period of time, leading to a stale and unpleasant taste. Package cashew nuts in airtight container. This is why they do vacuum sealing and use supply chain management technique called FIFO, first in, first out, so that it doesn't take too long in the warehouse. Foreign material contamination. Presence of foreign material such as shell fragments or debris can compromise the quality and safety. Remember that this is food item, by the way. So you need to be extremely cautious of the way it's been handled. That's why you need hazard analysis and critical control point HACCP, necessary certification, necessary GMP, general manufacturing practice. Sorry, good manufacturing practice rather, to ensure that the goods are in peak condition. Implement stringent quality control measures during processing, including sorting, sieving, visual inspection to improve foreign materials. Utilize metal detector to identify and eliminate metallic contaminants. Moisture content. High moisture content lead to microbial growth, of course, and quality of the product. And guess what? It reduces the shelf life. It gets spoiled easily and faster. Implement proper drying process to achieve the optimal moisture content. Monitor and control humidity during storage and prevent mold growth. Then we have poor kernel appearance. Irregularly shaped and discolored kernel may result in improper processing or storage conditions. Ensure proper processing techniques, including sorting, grading, implementing quality checks at various stages. Now, the beauty for many of us here, I'm not sure if any of us actually have a processing plan, but at least if you are buying, you know what to look out for. Poor nut size and consistency. Remember, the nut size affects the pricing. So inconsistent sizing of cashew nut within a batch can lead to various variation, quality variation. Use sorting equipment. Ensure you sort uniformly. W180, W240, W320, W450. Implement quality control measures to separate different grades during processing. Ensure they are labeled correctly based on the quality types and specifications, and ensure you have robust documentation process. Packaging during damage. Packaging damage is a big challenge. Remember, air must not enter, that thing must not be punctured to avoid any quality issue, because that can increase humidity and quality issue. So it's important to use a durable and protective packaging material. Ensure proper handling and secure loading transport to prevent damage. By addressing these concerns through comprehensive quality control measures, adherence to best practice, and continuous monitoring, exporters can enhance quality, overall quality and market acceptance of their cashew kernel. Regular training of staff involved in processing and handling cashew nut is also essential.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 080920000424, 080920000424.